Second what? All right. So, what do you want to start off? Lateral work or?
Yeah, it's a trot transition.
Okay, transition first. Good. All right. So even there, Sarah, just maybe just like a couple centimeters back in your leg. Yeah, like right there, like that. Just so you keep it right underneath your hip. Upper body looks good. Okay, so you're gonna see this on the film right now. All right, now he's got a film for it, and that's all that rotating ankle. All right, so we gotta get rid of that. Now when you start up again, you're gonna think keep that toe up and firm in the heel, and don't push the heel out in front of you too much at least. But you're gonna really think about like you're riding without stirrups. Don't let that ankle shake. Okay, so now same thing, transition, but. No. Still rocking. Yeah. Take your feet out of the stirrups. Yeah, for a minute, right. Till we firm that ankle up. Yeah, that's better. See, I don't mind so much, Sarah, if that ankle if it drops straight down a little bit, when you just have a nice, or a bouncy trot or impulsive trot. I mind a lot if that keeps rocking in and out like that, because it tells me then too that the rider's using the hips wrong, Stay straight, don't lean back now, and then shorten the reins a tiny bit, and then, and try not to, again, you want the leg in maximum length. You don't want it to keep, it's not like on a spring where, spring. It's got to be solid and deep. A little, almost I want it a little wooden, Yeah. Deep. Now go to your transitions. Yeah. So now, by the time you do let's do maybe like a good half a dozen of these on the right rein and then on the left. You can go large, but use this to warm up your seat, get your seat deep, and get that ankle, really solid, and also start working on the impulsion level, because it's a little sluggish. Now we've just started, but it's a little sluggish, So you're going to try to keep picking up the power level a little bit, get a nice, crisp, clean trot, pop, pop, yeah. And then sharp transitions. Yeah. Right, he's got to move off nice and soft in the pole, but kind of crisp. Watch your feet position, your foot position, yeah. Don't let the toes splay out, yeah. You need to have that, keep that whole leg rotated inward a little bit, and then really stable in the ankle. That's better, yeah. So in a way, there's going to be none of this contraction because you've got your leg all the way stretched out, and it's deep under you. Okay. So maybe a couple more on the right rein, and then might as well work your way around and then cross the next diagonal. So that trot's a little sluggish. It gets a little kind of stiff-legged and a little pokey. It's got to get a little more power. Yeah, come on. Yeah, that's it, more like that. See, that's got to become more of your baseline trot. Good. And then you can even do the transition in free space here on the diagonal. Yeah. So anytime you want, you're going to be able to bring that back, balance that. Okay. So now a good 6 of them on this side, but again, get up in that more powerful trot. That's it. Yeah. Bop, 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 bop. Yeah. Good. That's got to become your baseline trot, Sarah, right there. That's, you're going to do your lateral work, you're going to do everything, you're going to be in that tempo. Okay, so like 5 more. And then, Sarah, even the form of the horse horse gets better. He looks like a better mover, and he's more uphill. Yeah, sometimes he gets a little curled in the pole. Yeah, you want to keep the pole up. Yeah, and then, right. See, I want the whole front end, yeah, I want the whole front end of the horse to come up in the air being pushed up. Yeah, a couple more. Yeah. Bop, bop, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Steady leg, yeah. Good. Good. Now, Sarah, let's try a couple trot halts. So let's see if we can try a couple, let's see what happens and see where he ends up with his hind legs. So a couple trot halts. That's a nice trot, yeah. All right, and hop. Yeah, try to make it crisp, you know, and we also want to see if we can get his hind legs underneath his body. Yeah, and kind of settle down a little bit, right, and now go off. So now I want to go up kind of quickly into the trot, but not explosively, but right into, you know, a nice, your collected kind of working trot. And then get ready, and then using your thigh and your back, when you get on the long wall, stop. Yeah, too many walk steps. See, I want to get in there, and I want to get him coming under, you know, really coming under, learning now about collection a little bit, so try to get him to come under more. So a little bit sharper. Right, stop, 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 ready, and stop. See, I don't want to take that slow motion finishing step. I want him to boom, come right down. And at A, stop. Now, look at the hind legs. You can look in the mirror and see. Right, you see how they're way in front of the tail? That's what I want. I don't want his hocks buried out in the tail. I want to make sure they're always underneath the body like that, you know. Only thing is, it's just going, he's doing it a little bit slow motion. So, it's, you know, he trots up, and then he goes boom and boom. You know, it's got to be trot, you know, trot, right up there, quick. We're going to quicken the hind legs, and also teach him, now it's starting to teach him to come under with his hind neck, yeah. So strong back, and then and you can, now no fishtailing, no backing out of it. Yeah, you got to stay there, stay put. Okay? And then again, yeah. So kind of quick off, dump, dump, dump. Forward, 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 yeah. And then at C, stop. And strong. You want to stop like you're going off a cliff. The hind legs are not bad there, that's pretty good. But I want to start getting it a little bit sharp. A couple more. Yeah, keep the pole up. Yeah, and then strong, stop. You know what I mean, how that's a little slow motion, right? Yeah, okay. Right, so go ahead. See if you can sharpen it up. Quicken the hind legs, get more of a, you know, a step underneath. Do it at A, then I won't call it out. The hind legs are pretty good. Yeah, that was actually a little bit better. It was a little quicker, yeah. A couple more. Yeah. Uphill now. Nice power drop. Come on. Come on. Yeah, like that. Right. Come on. And now stop. Strong back. See? And that's got to be kind of the next stage of this training. He's got to, you know, come up in the bigger trot and not, you know, amble along, and then start getting quicker about bringing the hind legs underneath the body. He has the right inclination, you know. He's not stopping like this and camping out. He is coming under, but it's just kind of, you know, very slow. So we're going to have to start sharpening that up now. So I would say, from now on, a few of the trot walk transitions, but then I would start a steady diet of these. Until, you know, I want to make sure that his hocks, he doesn't stop with his hocks buried in the tail, but that both hind legs are starting to come under, and it's almost like beginnings of Piaf. You know, he's beginning to learn how to sit. So we want to start teaching him a little bit of collection how to sit. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So now, if you want to put the stirrups back on, you can. Yeah. If you're okay without them. All right, fine. Great, good. All right. So then let's go now to the lateral work. Let's go to a little bit of the, well, if you need the leg guild, thanks. If you want the leg guildings to start, and then we'll go to the shoulder. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. And then watch the toes don't turn out, you know. Yeah. Sometimes, use the leg, Sarah, and then, put it back in good position. Don't leave the toe always turned out. Okay. Yeah. A little more, yeah, I want just a little more energy in that trot. Yeah. I want to keep it pushed uphill. So let's do 3 leg yields and then 3 shoulder ins. Yeah, up, come on. That's it, yeah, like that, that's it, yeah, so come on. Get in front of my seated leg, go. Go. Yeah, you're right, that's it, yeah. Nice and crisp like that. Okay, so now try 3 shoulder ins. Yes. Okay, good. The tracking is great. You're right on the money. It's right on 3 tracks. Yeah, just keep it. I'll get out of the camera away, but yeah. Try to keep it right to the corner almost there. Okay, again. Nice and powerful, yeah. So we're going to try to, yeah, you make him, he's a better mover, but he put less on, yeah. We want to ride it up there, yeah, come on. 2, 3, 4, glide, nice and powerful, glide, swing. Yeah, 1, 2, right, come on, bam, bam, bam. Yeah, good. One more, yeah. Now don't let the reins get too long, yeah. And then, so I'm not going to be running off his feet, but I do want to keep working on the power level. Yeah, now steady. Yeah, one more. Let's do one more. That was a little ragged start. Okay. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. Yeah, a little more. Just a tiny bit more push. Just a little. Yeah. Just cut it so it's nice. Yeah, that's good. Good. Ah, pretty good, Sarah. Pretty good. All right. Good. Now, if you're good, cross the diagonal and do the leg yields and shoulder together. If you need a break, take it now before before we go through the whole piece. Okay. Watch those feet, Sarah. I don't want to see that spur jiggling way up from here. Be careful that when the reins slip, yeah, be careful they don't get too long, because then they start sliding, then you start leaning back a little bit. Yeah. Shorten your reins up a little bit. Yeah, keep that hand in front of you, and then always, keeping that, the hand and upper body kind of together. So that little pillow of air between your hand and your back, and that's like I'm always saying, that's a metaphor for your horse's shape. Right. Now make sure he bends, yeah, because you want a little bit, yeah, don't have it absolutely parallel, a little bit of a bend around your inside leg. Yeah, yes, like that. See, I like to work on the little bit of bend. Nice, good. And now gliding steps, nice big gliding steps. Because sometimes if you don't keep it pushed up, you get to see a little bit stiff in his knees. You've probably seen it. And it's a little like, little pogo sticky, Then when you push him a little bit more, he flows more through the body, and it's much greater. Okay, yeah. And don't let the pole go too low. Keep the elevation, but keep him reaching out, So you pick him up, but you reach him out, and you push him out into your hand. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Good. That's it. Yeah. And then nice glide. He steps right into it. Fluid. Much better. Yeah. That's it. Like that. So good. Yeah. Good. Yeah. One more. This is better. Yeah. Better than head carry. So yeah. So you keep the ears up, but then I don't want him to get squashed in the neck. I want to keep that neck. I want him to seek my hand. Yeah, good. Okay, on the next wall, travers. Haunches in. Good. Yeah, now straight. Keep going. Yeah, that's plenty of displacement, so you don't need more haunches in. Yeah, I didn't mean that you didn't have to. Yeah, I just meant keep him on a straight line. Okay, again, travers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Don't make sure that leg is long. You're making it this long, clean line. See, I want the leg to be like this right one is all the time. so that I can see that spur when you're a mile away. It doesn't all, this isn't a silver blur. Okay? Now, center line and half pass right. Good. Yeah. And then go large and travers left. I thought you only used shoulder in.
No, you can do
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so travers. Yeah, not too much. Yeah. That's fine, right there. That's plenty. Yeah. If you get too much, then he's just, he's disengaging behind. Yeah, good. One more travers. Yeah, keep that flow. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice marching. Come on, come on. Yeah. If you bend it too much, it's going to take away from the forwardness. So the rule is always forward first, sideways second. Okay, now how about shoulder into rambert? Okay, good. And now reverse. Yeah, don't let him get off the wall. So that's, yeah, outside leg there, left leg, yeah. So the bend, it was a pretty good switch of the bend, but he just kind of wandered through your left leg. So again, shoulder in round there. Make sure he stays on the wall. Okay. So shoulder in. Caution. Right. And now shift around there. Just makes it smooth. Yeah, turn the head a little bit more. So when you're fitting that round there, he wants to be absolutely straight looking up the wall. Okay, once more, shoulder in round there. Don't let the reins get too long. Yeah, right. Hold, yeah. Say, listen to my left leg now. Don't go through my left leg. Yeah. And make sure his face is parallel to the mirror there. Yeah. So, pretty good. Yeah. Circle. And then center line, half pass up. The round there was pretty good. They're just wandering through the left leg too much. So you need a little more of that outside leg to keep holding on the track. Okay, so now center line, half pass left. Yeah. A little more shoulder. That's it. Yeah. Now go. Go. So come on. You gotta work. Gotta work. Go. Give me some flair. Okay. And then go large, shoulder in, rambert, this direction. Power. Don't let him just get like, pogo stick. He's got to go forward. Okay. So shoulder in. And rambert. Good. Yeah, that's good, Sarah. Pretty good. Pretty good. Again, shoulder in round there. Keep the power. Keep him pushing those withers up in the air. Yeah, so his hind leg's going to drive that front end up. Right. Good shoulder in. And then round there. Yeah. Good. And center line. Okay. And center line. Half pass right. Okay. Whoops. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Come on. Keep going. Shoulders ahead. Good. All right, and go large, and then let's take a little breather. Yeah, take a little break, and then I want to work a little bit. I want to see the length and trot a little bit. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. If you want to put the stirrups on for a bit, you can. All right. So that's pretty good, Sarah. So the only thing there was the round there on the right, well, on the left rein, but the right round there, yeah, it kind of fades a little bit off. And, yeah, okay. So you practicing it. That exercise is a really good exercise. Rather than riding the riders, you see, a jumper rider's always pulling on the neck of the horse from side to side to supple the horse up. This is a much better exercise because what you're doing is bending the whole body of the horse. So it becomes much more valuable. When you find your horse is stiff one way, that shoulder in rambert, and you can even do it like a couple times along the wall. You can go shoulder in rambert, and that really makes the horse supple and really attentive to the aids. And the biggest thing I see with him is that he just sometimes gets a little sluggish. And then he just kind of hangs his legs, and you look at it and say, yeah, it's pretty ordinary. Then you jazz him up a little bit. You say, oh, all of a sudden you get your attention. You think, oh, that's quite a different look entirely, So you want to keep that snap in there and keep him lively like that. Okay. So just a little break, and then what I want to do is I just want to see him go from a nice kind of powerful sort of collector trot, lengthen down the long wall a little bit. It doesn't have to be gigantic, but I want to see a little bit of that and then come back. Let's do that like 3 times on each side. When did you start riding?
I started riding when I was 9.
How old are you now?
26.
You're 26? I would have thought you were like 11. So, did your parents ride or somebody ride?
My mom rode.
She rode? Okay, fine. And did you start like in what? What did you start in? Dressage or no? Jumping or eventing or what?
Eventing, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I evented him. I only started doing dressing because he was quite good at it. I didn't like this.
You didn't have to tell me that. I don't even have to be down on this.
But I did enjoy it, and I find it quite, it's a lot harder than jumping.
Yeah.
And it's really easy compared to it, so I find it a challenge. So.
I did too. I love to event, and that's exactly what I found. Well, two things that really stopped me. And one was if you're not afraid of jumping, it's after a while it seems sounds odd, but it's not that big of a thrill to it. Because now, I mean, eventing is if you're doing those jumps at bad, now, I mean, obviously you're jump as wide as that stool. It's pretty difficult today. But it wasn't as hard as dressage. As dressage was like your brain would melt, because you were doing physically straining to your utmost ability, and all the time, it's almost like the more difficult it got, the less you're allowed to move. Everything else you're allowed to move. In dressage, you're not. The better you get, you're supposed to just sit there absolutely still and somehow telegraphically make this horse do things, So it becomes really difficult that way. But really, I found the most challenging of all things, that everything had to be just right, precise, and you sort of had to get with the head of the horse, and you couldn't be too excited. So anyway, yeah, that's good. But your position is great. I mean, there's small things, but you could be really good at this. And you're also you're pretty steady. You don't look like you're going to get excited about stuff, and you don't have a temper. It's pretty hard. So that's great. It looks good. Now in the canter, I know we're going to do the length and trot, but in the canter, what's the most? Has he done flying changes?
We've started doing changes.
Okay.
Yeah. And George has started doing some tempo changes, but he was slow.
Okay. Does he get if you do the single changes, are they clean usually?
He's sometimes like that.
Leg behind? Okay. So maybe we should take a look at those a little bit too. So, alright, so gather them up a little bit, and now just try just a couple of the length. I just want to see what his lengthening looks like a little bit, and also watch your position, But my advice to you, the big thing is, your upper body's pretty good. You're quiet in your hands. The big thing that you really need to fix though is that shaky leg, because then it really is going to make your position really elegant. But as long as the rider has that shaking ankle, it just, you don't see that in Spanish riding schools. Those really good riders don't do that. So start really working on that now, because it's a really hard habit to fix if you don't fix it early. Because you go to use more leg, and then all of a sudden, especially if you're on a lazier horse, and then it just gets worse and worse. So when you're using your leg, think attack this, be quicker with the spur like it's electric, and then put it back. The one thing that, over the years, of seeing some really good riders, ride. And the one common thing, they were different body types, like I saw Nuno Oliveira or Arthur Koss or Rainer Klimke. A lot of different body types really in those riders. But one thing I've seen all those riders ride at home, and the one thing they don't tolerate is they don't tolerate a horse being slow off the leg. They go out, it's quick, and it's going to be explosive, and it's like go. And then, the reason those guys, like a lot of times, look like they're in a nice position is because the horse is moving. So it's easy to sit on a moving horse. It's hard to sit on a horse that you've got all the time. So don't tolerate horses that get behind the seat and leg. And I don't say leg so much, because I really want my horses responsive to my weight aids. If I say go, and you don't follow my weight aids, my back and seat, then I go to my leg. But it's always in that order. So I want that horse quick and responsive, off of my seat. All right, so try a little, you'll find your kind of, I hate to call it a collective trot. It's almost more like, it's like a working trot sitting, But with him, he needs to be really motoring. And I would say it's the trot you would compete in, you would want to be, yeah. Now don't lengthen yet. First, just establish your tempo, yeah. And then try to, settle your leg position. And then maybe if he feels okay on the next long wall, lengthen a little bit. And don't let him float, too floaty in the air, make him drive forward. Okay? And go. Yeah. Don't come back quite so early. Yeah. Come back a little too early. Keep going.
I think you can run a bit.
You run a bit. Okay. That's it. Boom, boom, push, push, push. Yeah. Good. Okay, one more. Right. Then you settle, sit up tall. Right. Get the leg deep. Pole is up. That's good. Yeah. And then now, try to make him swing to the back. That's better. Come on, come on, come on, come on. A little more. Yeah. That's right. So when you try to press, okay, cross the diagonal. And you can lengthen across the diagonal. Yeah. Watch your ring length now. Don't let him get too low. Yeah. Keep him uphill. Right. And now kind of uphill and fluid. Better. Okay. And now 3 on the left ring. Yeah. Don't let it get too passagey. Keep it coming forward a bit. That's it. Nice and uphill and then right. You power right up. Okay. Now keep 1, 2. Keep coming with collection. Yeah. Okay. And then again. Yeah. Nice and straight. And then keep it uphill. And then you kind of Right. One more. And if he gets sluggish, right, quick with the leg, and then settle. Good, 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 good. Push, 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 good, push. Yeah. When at the beginning, you're the first 6 strides, so he's really motors, then make sure you keep that big push. All right. Okay, so we can walk. I just wanted to see a little bit of that. It looks good, but again, it's really just tapping in as he gets fitter and stronger. Keep moving bigger and bigger, and just try to work on the bigger gates. All right, so just give him 2 seconds, and then let's pick up the canter. And then, so what have you been doing in the canter, mainly?
Mainly loads of counter, and then I started doing the changes from counter to counter, because he's less anticipated doing them.
From counter to true counter?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
counter, body changes.
Oh, both counter canters. Because,
Mixed up a bit.
okay, because he was anticipating too much.
Yeah.
Okay, did that work?
Yeah, it works now and again.
Okay.
Starts to see that, so I'll change back and do something.
So in other words, his big thing is that he anticipates the change, and you have to keep him from guessing. Okay.
Not do that today.
Yeah, right. All horses make a liar out of you, but ordinarily that's the big thing. Okay. So now, do you do like a little shoulder in or travers first or anything? Beforehand, have you been doing any lateral exercises in the canter?
Yeah, it's sort of a lot of shoulder forward.
Okay.
Straight, flexible, and then half pass on it because it's in my chest. I've not done that much, I think.
Okay.
Started on bringing the circle down and going into a bit of travel and circle.
Good.
So start off with it.
Very- Yeah. All right. Good. Those are great. All good stuff. Okay. All right. Well, let me see. I think if he's warmed up, let me see what the change looks like. Since the other stuff seems like you got under control, I'm just curious to see what this change looks like. Now, hang on one second. When you go to the change, so you're on the right canter. Now, how are you setting up for the change? Or if whatever, let's say you're on the right canter. Okay. Now try not thinking about just your legs, but also rock that canter up a little bit, like you're going to do the pirouette type canter, but get him a little bit, collect him a little bit, so that the signal for the change really is going to be more almost your collection than just the shifting of your leg. And when you shift your leg, don't rock your body. Think like I said, like the real secret to it, I don't know if I can do this with my dumb knee, but it's like a kid skipping, so it's left, and then it's down the trough and right, but it's all with your hips. So you don't come in there and then sashay sideways, but come in there, so left canter, and right canter, boom, right through like that. And then you'll get your changes, you're to be nice and straight, especially if you have tempies coming up and stuff. But try to do it from your hips. and a strong action of your back. And don't rock the horse with your leg where then, you're going to swing out. He knows all the lateral work. You put too much outside leg on him, he's going to go sideways. Okay, all right, so give it a shot. So remember, the action is in your hips more than anything else. Keep it straight, but you almost warn him that's coming by making absolutely straight and rocking, collecting him a little bit. But he needs to be quick with his hind legs here, so you're going to animate. Now, I don't care how you do it. You go counter, canter, it doesn't matter to me. Whichever way you want. I just kind of want to see what you're doing. Yeah. So what do you think? Yes. Yeah. Whenever almost always, Sarah, when you feel that bound like that, that's late. It's almost always going to be late. Yeah. See, and he's just box him in. No. Yeah. So yeah, completely late. A whole long stride down. So what you got to do is, you're going to really have to sharpen him up with the back legs, get him a little more jumpy. Okay. So now let's try it. So go down the long wall. We'll go in the counter canter, all right, a little bit, and then what you're going to do is have the whip in the. All right, which way you're going to go? I don't care. Okay, so right lead. Okay, so you're going to go on the right lead. Put the whip in your left hand. Yeah. Right. Okay. Right now. Right. So yeah. Go ahead and then okay. Here's what we're going to do. On that long wall somewhere, you're going to jam. You're not jam up, but you're going to collect him up a lot. And you're going to do. Don't try to do any shifting of your hips or anything at all with the rein. Keep it really straight, but flick that whip so you get him active behind, almost like you're going to make the change come over with the whip on the left. Okay. So I want to quicken his hind legs up a little. Okay. Right. All right. So you get your ordinary canter. Yeah. Now get him really straight. Now start getting a little excited. Straight. Hold him. Now flick the whip. Keep kind of flicking the whip almost till he comes over behind. Now wait till he gets straight. Okay. Now straighten him up. Straight. Look, hold him. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I mean. Don't let him go. Okay. Bring him down. Yeah. So whenever he feels like he takes you in front, you know it's going to be late. So hold that front end in as you activate the hind leg. And it's going to be the whip or your new inside leg, which would be your left leg. That's where in other words, you've got to activate his left hip. Okay, so straight, collect. Now you tap that whip to remind him. So here, come on, wake up. Hold him. Yeah. And then maybe as you get close to the corner, that might be a good place. Okay. So now I get straight. Yeah. But sometimes I can do it in the middle of the wall. Now tap him. Hold him, tap him, hold him, almost tap him, yeah, and then try anywhere you can there, yeah. So, yeah, 2 lead feet, but a little closer, okay, so bring him back, yeah, and then we'll try it again. Okay, now, so come down to the trot, yeah, change state, we're going to go back on that, yeah, right lead, okay. And then maybe now start collecting him up. Wake him up with the left whip, left leg, whip. Hold him right there. Try to hold him, yeah. And then try anywhere you want. Hold him. Oh, nope, yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. All right. So you can try once more, but yeah. So the correction for this is he has to become much more active in the hind end, but you've got to get him almost in this bucky canter. And you want to feel like he's going to buck, like he gets bouncing behind. As long as he stays a little bit too long like that, now he just goes over in the shoulder and then he drags that hind end over, late. So try to think you're almost going to get a little bit of a bucky canter. And then it's all about activating his left hip, in this right to left change with your left spur and the whip. So we'll try once more, yeah. So make it a real short animated canter. I try to get him almost to feel like he's bucking and hold the front end in. Hold it in, hold the front end really straight. And now we have straight. Now try to be straight, right? Now you're going to try hold him, that's it. Hold him. Oh, yeah, almost. Okay, let's try the other way and let's just see what the other way looks like. Are they about the same like that?
One way was better than the other.
Okay, let's try this. So try left counter canter. left lead here, and yeah, switch the whip. And then maybe on the next long wall, let's see what happens. Okay, now straight, lively, shorten him up, shorten him up. Shorten him up, yeah, hold, you kind of got to package up, and then you're going to use that whip. Oh, no, whip it. So he's become, this is not going to be easy to fix, because he's a little bit of a master at that slow motion switch. Yeah, okay, try, he doesn't like the whip? Okay, so you don't have to use it, use your inside leg. Okay, so try it again. But try to get that, yeah, you need to get those, and you might even have to use both spurs because you're going to have to get the hind leg active. Yeah, right, nope, yeah. Okay. All right, so anyway, one of the ways when you this problem you have to activate the hind end, and that's the key. So one of the things that I can do is you can start practicing all around the arena is just your strike off. Left lead, go 3 or 4 or 5 strides quickly, and stop and walk right lead and go back. So try now, just practice that. Now I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but just because what we're going to need to do is, he's got to get really good about striking off. Okay, so collect a little bit. Whoops, yeah. And we're gonna do quick like canter walks, yeah. All right, collect, walk, and left lead. Yeah. And then walk and right lead. And the quicker you can make the hind legs, jump, the better it's gonna be. And yes, work on the transition, yeah. And so you're gonna really get him really sensitive by practicing these a lot, That the minute you shift your weight, he jumps, and you feel like Sarah that he doesn't lean down, but he comes first with the hind leg, because lots of horses canter off like this. They almost pull themselves forward. You need him to come under with the back leg. Keep him up, yeah, and then lively and walk it up, and then quick like that, yeah. Whoops. Yeah. All right, collect. Yeah, and then he's going to come down to the walk, balance, and then when I just, kind of just use my hips there, he goes right off. Yeah. Okay, now do 2 together, 2 on the right. We strike off right, stop, strike off right again. So you don't always do, you're getting really good. You make him listen. Now then 2 to the left. Quick, yeah, so yeah, that's the one he's slow on the, he's got to be quick on the hind leg. And keep him round, right? And left again. Yeah, don't lean over so much there, sit straight. You don't want it to, you want it to, just by, right here, just by sort of leaning, yeah. When I lead with my right hip, he's right there. I just kind of step into my right stirrup, he's right there, yeah. I don't want to lean over to the side. I just kind of want to step into the right or the left stirrup. All right, and you can walk. But anyway, I think when I have horses that are consistently late behind like that, I've got to find some exercises that will quicken up the hind legs. And sometimes one of the only things, this is the simplest exercise, but it's really to get this horse such a machine about striking off immediately then I just couple that into the canter. That he's used to it, and then I try, and then a lot of times that will start working. That he'll remember to do just that. What I'm going to do is, it's just you're thinking, all right, instead of doing this from trot or walk canter, I'll be cantering. I'm already cantering, but I think as if I'm striking off on the lead from the canter, and then that works. But yeah, so sometimes that's not easy to fix though. So yeah, it might be might take you a while to fix that. All right. So I would say now, just to finish on, just gather them up, go back and find that, what we'll call your competition trot, the trot you're going to compete at, kind of. So it's going to be, more like a working trot than a collecting trot. And then gather them up and watch the ankle. Yeah, try to keep that nice steady in the lower leg. That's not bad in the lower leg position. Good, yeah. You're right, yeah, exactly. I was going to click myself, right. Or cluck myself. Yeah, yeah. That's it, yeah. Right, now you got it, yeah. That's what you want, a little more like that, yeah. Stomp, 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 stomp. Good, good. And then just change rein, next diagonal, then you check the left side. That's pretty good, Sarah, yeah. 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 Yeah, don't lean back. Yeah. Right. Good. Yeah, very good. That's it. Yeah, that's the tempo, Sarah, right there. Not too fast, but nice and powerful. All right, you walk. All right, good. So I would think, yeah, obviously I think your biggest work is going to be now in the canter. You know, so, you know, you're going to need to just keep working on, you know, as I say, the big thing is quickening up in the hind legs. Do all the things you were saying. The traveler and the circle will build strength and so forth, but maybe keep working, you know, those transitions like that quick on those simple strike-offs, you know, till he gets, like I say, so it just gets so automatic, you hardly have to breathe and he jumps through. And then you try to do that in the changing, yeah. But it's really a matter of quickening the hind legs. And what it also is it's really holding the front. Because as he gets, you know, sort of gathers himself up a little bit, then he's going to want to do always the same thing. He's just going to want to throw himself over the shoulder. So you as a rider have to really block that shoulder. So you have to keep him really straight. And don't let that shoulder come over. And, you know, you make it almost uncomfortable for him until that hind leg comes over first. And sometimes you do it on a serpentine too, like you were doing, you know, across the middle. Sometimes that'll work because you aim to the wall, you know, you have the wall kind of as this barrier to box him in, and then he thinks, where am I going to go, where am I going to go? And then you're almost at the last minute, you say, okay, now here. And you offer him a way out and to change over to that lead. All right, any questions? Okay, all right. Good job, yeah, good.
When she comes out,
Yeah.
could she go down?